SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first, then you act.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back, Spartan Nation. It's now time for the good, the bad, and the ugly with Spartan basketball. We bring in legendary State of Michigan prep, high school, and football and basketball coach, the great Coach Chuck Grenier, longtime contributor to Spartan Nation. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Great to have you. Coach, you and I, we get accused every week of being homers, but there really isn't any bad or ugly with Spartan basketball. And even after a 10-point loss at Purdue, I still don't think there's a whole lot of bad with this team. I love this team. I love where they're at, 18-3, 9-1 in the Big Ten. I just don't think there's a whole lot of negative here. I know other people think they do. They were exhausted. They were on the road. It was a brutal stretch. I'm not making any excuses. It's just these are going to happen on the road. I was in that environment, and that place was absolutely rocking.
Well, it's it's just one of those things, and the stars align, and you get a day where a game like you're talking about. How many games can Winston play that many minutes, and then there's teams that try to figure out how to beat Michigan State. You take Winston out of the game, and Langford's not there, so your outside shooting gets pretty poor at that time. And it was just, and then they had two good centers too. So your scoring that you're going to get from Winston, you're going to get from Ward, is shut down a little bit, and it's just one of those things. They're still a really, really, really good basketball team. You just kind of ran out of luck at that environment and to a team that was getting hot. So no, there's not really ugly in this basketball team.
Coach, I got to ask you something that I don't understand. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But Spartan fans just seem to be very upset with Izzo about his playing of the freshmen. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me because this is a guy, I think he's earned the right a little bit to have people trust him, and it seems like they just want to question everything he does.
Are you talking about the amount of minutes they're getting? Or?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of complaints about the amount of minutes he's getting, everything.
Oh, no, I don't understand that at all. You've got a really good basketball player in Henry that is just every week to me seems to get better and better. And then you've got Gabe Brown that's coming in, and Gabe Brown is not quite ready, I don't think. But, you're down two players at this time, and you got to get him to play and give you some good time in that. And Lawyer, you got to get him on there. But, these guys, you just can't take these basketball players, these freshmen, and hold them out for a year and have them come back in and think that they're going to be playing at a high level. I think he's did an excellent job of filtering those guys in and giving them meaningful minutes. So who can complain about Kisher the last couple of games? He's been super when he was given his chance to get in there, and they're 2 men down. And so giving those freshmen minutes to play, you got to do that, and you got to have depth, and you just can't. At the pace that game was played yesterday at Purdue, Purdue had a deeper bench, older players, and they just kept running them in, and Michigan State just couldn't deal with that at sometimes because they just weren't as fresh. So no, I don't see any problem with Izzo playing the freshmen and the freshman minutes. I think he's doing a heck of a job.
What surprised you? What surprises you most about this Spartan team? Is there anything that surprises you at all?
Well, the Dave's outside shooting, geez, that's kind of a surprise for me. And we talked about Nick Ward at the beginning of the year and his effort to get to the NBA last year, and what they said about him is that he couldn't. One of the things was that he couldn't shoot from the outside. He's hit 2 threes this year. He's not afraid to take that 12-foot baseline jumper. I think his shooting from the outside has improved quite a bit. I would like to see Kenny Galladay shoot more from the outside. He's got a nice shot, but he won't shoot unless he's really pretty open. And I know Nathan Tillman can shoot a little bit from the outside too, but I know that Izzo likes to have them in rebounding and putting back garbage shots. So I think the ability of the bigs to shoot from the outside has been a little bit of a surprise. I'll put that in there too. Aaron Henry has been a surprise. I think he's going to be really something to deal with in the next couple of years.
I agree with you. We're talking to the one, the only, the great Coach Chuck Grenier. He is a longtime Spartan Nation contributor. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So, Coach, let's start with the good. What stands out to you most about this Spartan team?
Well, as we've talked about in the past, the people. I heard an interesting quote the other day in one of the Detroit papers. Is that these guys know their role, and better yet, they know the role of the other players too. And I thought that was pretty much spot on with this team. You got guys that are glue players, Jake Tillman, Kenny Gollins, and Aaron. They're kind of glue players to keep everything going. They know who the stars are. That'd be Ward, and that'd be Winston, and Langford when he's back. And then their role is to score. But I think that's what I would say was that. So.
Coach, for you, what's the biggest need on this team? If you were given a magic wand and told you could give it is a one thing, what would you give them?
Be another point guard that can score. That would be it, because they rely so much on Winston. Winston does a heck of a job. Look at how they dogged him yesterday, and he still finds ways to get an open shot or get the ball to somebody else. And look at all the minutes that he gets up. And it's kind of tired out towards the end of the game. So if I could wave that magic wand, it'd be a shooting point guard right now. So,
are you a little bit surprised at how Foster Loyer has shot this year?
Or lack of shooting? Yeah, the kid's a great shot. I mean, he is. I watched him in high school, and the kid can really shoot the ball. But he seems really reluctant to shoot it right now. And when he has shot it, I know at the beginning of the year he had a couple air balls in there. Okay, I give him that. Just getting out into that environment for the first time on the floor, and either at home or away, and maybe airballed a couple. But he's made a couple shots, and he can make a couple shots. I think if he were to go in there and look for his shot a little bit more, I think we'd be able to see the kid that can put the lights out as a high school player.
But people have to understand, you just can't put guys in there and give them minutes if they're not producing, can you?
No, that's absolutely right. And then, to be honest, with Langford down, not playing, and now it must be 7 games now or close to that. With Langford down, you can't afford not to have Winston in the ballgame. So, the amount of time that Lawyer's going to get on the floor greatly reduces the amount of scoring that we're going to have in the game. So, it's kind of a catch-22 thing for Lawyer right now.
I agree. All right, Coach, last question for you on this Spartan team. I fully expect a bounce-back big victory when they take on Indiana. How about you?
Oh yeah, no doubt. They'll do Indiana pretty good, I think. I watched Indiana over the weekend, and they've got some problems. They've got some kids that can score, but they're awful flaky on their scoring. So I think there's going to be a big bounce this weekend, and they'll get right back on track again. But going down to Purdue and in that environment with a team that I don't think Purdue had lost since Michigan State had beat them. So they were a team that was up and coming. And then they had that center, too, that freshman center that was playing a lot better. So he had a 1-2 punch with him and Harms. I think Harms had his career game against him. So I expect a big bounce back for him.
I agree. The good, bad, and the ugly with Spartan basketball. That's the great Coach Chuck Grenier. We'll be back.